Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj, and today we have Einav Avni. Did I pronounce it right?
You did very good job. Well done.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so for our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what do you do?
That is the £1 million question. Yes. So my name is Einav Avni, and I call myself an alignment coach and energy healer. And really, I talk with people about healing naturally from anything that is affecting them physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Is in a very small nutshell.
Okay, so what led you to start Untangled Coaching?
Right. So Untangled Coaching was my first business when I just finished my coaching course and I kept hearing myself saying, oh, we're going to untangle this and untangle that. Okay, Untangled Coaching, that's the name. But later on, when I shifted into the healing, I just made a perfect sense to start calling myself Untangled Healing. To begin with, I was working mainly with people that are suffering from chronic conditions. And I believe in the mind-body connection. So really, everything that is in your mind is in your body and pretty much the other way around. So I wanted to help people untangle all of that, to understand what is the emotional root cause that was causing the symptoms.
Okay, so how do you help them with?
So I do my helping in two different ways. So first of all is the alignment coaching. And this is for me is the most important thing because I really want to talk to people about the fears, the limitations, the compromises that are holding them back. So many of us are just so scared of showing ourselves up in the world and we keep doing things because other people think it's okay, or other people validate us in this way, or other people, it's all about other people. And I want to say, hey, what about you? You are completely unique in the world. Who are you? Who are you meant to be before you put all of these other people, before other people told you who you should be? So when we talk about fears and limitations and compromises, when we really release all of that, we can really see that actually I have me underneath all of that, and I have wishes and I have wants and I have things that I really want for myself, but I've never had the courage to do that. So in the alignment conversations, we really unpack fears and limitations. And then the second part, or another way that I help people, sometimes people have it in one go, in one kind of combined way, and sometimes people just want the coaching or just the healing. But the energy healing modalities I use, they are called the emotion code, the body code, and the belief code. And these really together go with the understanding that we are all energy. So if we have emotional events or traumas that we can't process, the energy of these emotions and other blockages, they become trapped in our energy field. So in the biggest everything and anything that we are going through, be it physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, is just energetic blocks. So with the energy healing that I do, I help you to unblock.
Like when you said energy, do you mean like frequency? That energy one?
Well, we are all energy, yes. We are all frequency, absolutely. But I don't look at the frequencies and match that or heal or help people heal. Because of course I'm a healer, but I don't heal people. They heal themselves. I'm just there to facilitate their healing. But what I do is I connect with the person's subconscious mind. And because the subconscious mind knows everything about us, it knows what brought you to where you are today with whatever the challenges and the symptoms. It also knows how to heal you. So what I do is I get in there and the subconscious mind is then communicating with me to tell me what is holding it back, what is stopping it from healing the body, which is, of course, the number one job that our subconscious mind is meant to be doing, heal ourselves. So when I say I facilitate the healing is because I help the subconscious mind release all of this trapped energy, and this energy, the new energy now available, goes back to heal the person.
Okay.
Confusing?
No, I'm just thinking. Okay. You read a lot of books, so what's your favorite one?
My favorite one is probably always the one that I only just read. But I like one book that made a very big impact on me. Is called The Power of Habit, and by Charles. I can't remember his surname, but that is
I
a
have
book.
that one. I have that one.
Yeah, it's a fantastic book. It's really, for me, it's one of the best one. It was so engaging. I finished it like I couldn't stop reading it. It really helps to see how easy it is for us to repeat habits and
Mhm.
how our brain is so geared towards saving energy that it's helping us do the same thing today that we did yesterday, and how it's actually not very beneficial for us most of the time, or a lot of the time, some of the time.
Can you talk about like some stories from people you have helped?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess the first, well, I guess that's a question of where to go. But if we're talking about healing,
Mhm.
well, I'll just tell you that when I was doing my coaching training and all that, I learned about the mind body connection. That was the beginning of all of that. And I was mind blown. I was like, when I understood that everything that is in your mind is also in your body, I couldn't understand why we still have problems, why people are still ill, why there's still sickness, why there's still chronic conditions. And so I wanted to help people to have a different conversations. When I finished my training, I went out into the world, and very quickly I realized that I wasn't ready to have this kind of very fragile, very intense conversations with people that are suffering. And so that's when I went on to just doing the coaching. So in the coaching, success stories would be anyone that I've worked with that walked away knowing that they are empowered, knowing that they don't need to just do things because other people expect them to do it, or really dare to be who they're meant to be. I have so many success stories in this way, because very quickly when I work with people, they understand how much they listen to the negative voice, and the negative voice doesn't know anything about us, but it just keeps telling you, hey, don't do this, don't do that. You're going to fail. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? So the more people are listening to this negative voice, the more they feel stuck. And so all of my people that I have ever worked with, they are able to now dial down the negative voice and start listening to the harmony, alignment, inner voice, inner wisdom, and so on. But when the universe deemed me ready to start working with people with chronic conditions, the first person I worked with, for me, that was one of the most rewarding experience that I've actually experienced. The person I was working with, he had debilitating pain, chronic pain levels 9, 10 out of 10 constantly. So he couldn't sit down, he couldn't walk, he couldn't lie down, he couldn't sit, he couldn't do anything. He was practically suicidal. And at that moment, at that time, I didn't have the energy healing. So it was just in conversations that we were able to see where are your fears, what is going on in your life that is so scaring you, that is so filling your life with stress that you are unable to heal. Now, I know that some people might listen to it and be very angry or annoyed, because people do believe all the symptoms that they're experiencing. And I'm not saying that the symptoms are wrong. I'm not saying they're making them up. Not at all. The symptoms and the pain and the discomfort are completely real. But what I'm saying is that the root cause of the symptoms are not because something is broken with you, but because you are emotionally blocked in a sense. Now, I'll also just put a little disclaimer and say, of course, if you are in the acute stage of whatever, then of course that's something else, because you may have just fallen somewhere and broken your arm. There is a breakage there. I get that. But I'm talking about the chronic element of illness and symptoms. So with this guy, really, the first conversation, we talked about the negative voice. We talked about the power of habits and how the brain kept him in a loop of feeling unwell and feeling all of the symptoms. We talked about where he had no hope, what he was actually trying to achieve in life, and where he felt like he was failing. And even in that very first conversation that we had, he had a 20% release of symptoms. So all of a sudden, after being months and months with no ease of symptoms, he was 20% less pain and less discomfort. And it took us a little bit, but now, he's completely pain free. And we could really see together how he was in so much fear and so much stress that the body was actually saying, you can't continue in the way that you are going, because you're not living in alignment. You're not in harmony with yourself. You're just in fear and stress and limitations and so on. So we were able to unpack all of this and bring him back to health in a sense.
Can you talk about like how like negative thoughts impact our life and our body?
Absolutely. The thing is that we don't even realize anymore how much stress we are going through all the time. And it doesn't have to be the big things like the big traumas that people are talking about. But imagine that you get up in the morning and you are waiting to get paid and the payment is not coming and you're thinking, "Ugh, I've got all these bills. Where is the money coming from?" As a very simple example of a conversation I just had with someone earlier. So this worry becomes a stress because in your mind it's like, okay, what do I do? I have no solution. I'm starting to worry, and this worry just becomes bigger and bigger inside of us because we don't know what to do with it. We just sit on it. We suppress all of these feelings and fear and emotions. Now, this is just one example. But what happens about, when someone in your family is ill, or maybe you are ill yourself, and of course you're very worried about it, or maybe you're thinking, I spend all these years, obtaining this profession, but I don't like it. I don't want to be a lawyer, for example. How do I tell my family that I don't want to do this? And so everything where there is resistance or everything that there is, that becomes stress. And if we don't explore it, if we don't bring it out, we actually suppress it in the body. Now, at some point, the body is saying, "Hey, what are you doing? You came here to be this incredible being, of course, going through your soul journey and learning a lot, but you're also here to be someone, to impact someone, to inspire someone. We're not here in silo. We are all here for each other. But when we are going through all the stress and worries and compacted trauma and all of that, we don't do what we came here to do. And so the body is saying, hold on, you are so far away from the trajectory of what you came here to be. I have to get you to pause. I have to get you to do things in a different way. Now, the lessons, the way that the body is communicate with you is by pain. Because when it was trying to give you all of the emotional, spiritual lessons, we didn't listen to it. And so all of a sudden, you think, hey, life is going all right. It's not the best life. It's not the worst life. It's just life. And then one day you get up in the morning and, there's a back pain and you can't walk. And you think, oh, it's because I lifted that thing, funnily the other day. No, it's nothing to do with the thing that you picked up, funnily the other day. It's your body saying, look, you can't continue doing life the way that you've been doing. And so, what I like to do is to really see what is going on in your life right now. What is it that you are experiencing, suffering, and so on? What happened before? What happened, a couple of years ago that was so impactful? And slowly, slowly, we are looking at how are we showing up from this mindset of limitations, compromises, and fears. And now we start to unpack them. We're starting to untangle them. And we're starting to see where we actually believed that we're not good enough, or we believed that someone else was better, or that they were more successful, or that we had to do something that our parents told us that we need to do. All of this together is bringing us to where we are now, when we are feeling stuck, feeling uninspired, feeling like life is not really what we signed up for.
So, for our listeners who want to know more about what you do or get your coaching or hire you, where can they go?
Untangledhealing.com is probably my best place to find me. I have everything on the podcast. I also have a podcast, but I have everything on my website, and all of my social media links are also there.
Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to share?
The thing that I really want people to go away with is to know that our negative voice it only has one job, and that is to make us do today exactly what we've done yesterday. It doesn't know anything about the future. But if you're trying to do something that you haven't done before, it can't be sure that it can protect you or save you or look after you. So it knows that the best thing is to tell us lies that keep us very stuck in the comfort zone. So the negative voice is very selfish. It wants you to be safe, but it keeps you in fear. And when you understand that most of your life is being run by this liar, now you start to understand that not everything that you think you can believe. So you can start dialing down your negative voice and then feel into yourself. What does your soul want you to do? Where is the joy? What calls you? And do more of that. And if you do that, you're already starting to win.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. By the way, I can see that's Buddha statue behind you. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, do you have any favorite quote from Buddha?
Buddha, yes. This is my other favorite. Where is my camera?
Okay, okay.
It's very
Lord,
timely, right?
yes, yes, it's Ganesh, Lord Ganesh. Oh yeah, today's his birthday.
Yes, today is so that's yes, but I mean, of course, Buddha came from Hinduism, right? So I am very curious about both. I love the Buddhist philosophy. I follow it. I believe it. I try kindness, right? Be kind, everything will be fine. And also, don't believe the attachments. That's kind of
Yes, exactly. By the way, there is also one more quote which is controversial and one of my favorite one. Do you want to hear that?
yes, of course.
Okay, so it is actually he was the prince, right? I think when he left the kingdom.
Hmm.
So according to him, why be a king when someone can become a god? So yeah, he said that, and then he left the kingdom.
Very controversial.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. Do you believe that he knew that he was going to be what he ended up being?
I don't know.
Well, on the way, he definitely said a lot of very wise things. So
Yeah. Okay, so it was very awesome talking with you, and thank you so much for your time.
thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful to be here with you. Thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.